Hello everyone. For my presentation, I would like to talk about an issue that I am very passionate about changing. The issue at hand is to rebuild the red lines. Redlining is pretty simple, yet it impacts every community through designs and planning to the basic notion of is the neighborhood you are in a good one or a bad one? A basic definition of redlining refers to the financial lenders drawing a red line around communities that they would not invest in. Another definition is the fact that these red line communities would not receive any benefits from large corporations or the federal government. Redlining is not something we want to be doing anymore, especially since it impacts the lives of people of color in every city. Communities must go through hoops to get basic human survival needs. This practice not only encourages institutionalized racism, but it creates a loop of poorly funded schools, increases health risks in every community member, and adds to the list of environmental injustices within America. With all of this, the community does not have any room to grow into a stronger region. Some other events to think about is just recently we saw the influences of redlining on the communities within Texas. Their homes were built with poor infrastructure and connected to deregulated power grids, causing millions to live in the dark. We can also see these effects within New Mexico as thousands are to live without clean water within low-income residencies of Albuquerque. There are also issues of the toxic waste disposal and cleanup within the native nations. I've also included some and throughout this system of leaving people in the dark about their communities, larger corporations and the government continue to give the bare minimum of survival. Within the toxic waste disposals and uranium mines of the Dene Nation, members would continually be told that if they did not want to be poisoned, they would have to leave the area. This mentality is not what we want. Here are some more resources if you wanted to learn more about the effects of redlining. At the bottom, there is an organization within New Mexico called the Coalition of Sustainable Communities. Their goal is to help communities affected by. One thing I would like to mention is the practice of redlining has been illegal for many years now. But why are we still seeing the negative impacts? In a class of future planners, I would like to discuss what we could try to do in the future to escape this negative loop. Moving forward to diverse designs to incorporate every community member would allow the neighborhood to rise and create community growth. By including sustainable designs and practices, we could extend our solutions long term, since the members would not have to worry about their power grid failing or not having energy within the cold winter months. We could also strive to finding long-term solutions rather than finding quick and easy solutions that have zero longevity. We know some solutions, but what are the challenges we might encounter? There is always an issue of finding solutions to lower poverty levels and finding ways to eliminate institutionalized racism. But why would the class system be a challenge? This part is why the issue impacts me and why I'm so passionate about this. The gaps between each class system must be bridged together to create a better economy and community. As someone who has experienced the effects of redlining, we must all understand that we can't just shove our problems on a secluded area thinking that it won't have consequences. With that said, what are our strengths within this issue? For one, people are stronger together than apart. Within these social issues, the community will always gather to find long-term solutions. Every voice is heard collectively, and concerns are valued. Another strength we have is the amount of diversity we have in these communities. As I said before, redline areas mostly affect people of color. And although this is a tactic of racism, when the members come together, ideas are blended and ideas are heard from different backgrounds and cultures. These different perspectives create a broader outlook on larger issues and allow the members to take a big picture approach. Finally, as much as the community is powerful as a whole, the power of the individual is greater. Within each story of misfortune and triumph, each individual is heard and is valued with purpose. Now, how has COVID affected these communities today? COVID-19 hit communities hard as social gatherings were not allowed, and in some cases, this slowed down the power of the community. Technology stepped up when members couldn't. These groups come together through the media, spreading education about these issues in order to create change. These methods allowed the community to stay together through the negative. As students, we have much power as anyone. We can spread information about these topics, encourage people to listen, and spark change within individuals, and work on the people's agenda. What I mean by this is to encourage those who believe these issues should not matter because it does not affect them, to understand how these issues impact everyone. Redlining is an issue everyone should be still thinking about. No one should be allowed to be stripped of basic human needs, nor should these issues go unheard. Please, if you have any questions, you can always email me. And if you wanted to read more about these topics, I have plenty of resources. Thank you.